road.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Right? And they said to him that, why is it you're so successful? He goes, there's no measure to it. He says that when you're sleeping, I'm working. He said, I'm up 3 o'clock in the morning, studying, doing research, writing. You know, there's no measure to it.
Well, I can't say 3 o'clock. I mean, with me, it's more 4 o'clock.
Well,
but the fact is, though,
4 o'clock in the morning up?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see?
But
well,
the fact is, I'm up at that time. And that's
well, he's up from
time
probably, yeah, by the time there. Yeah, 4 o'clock, see?
That's the time.
So, see, the thing is that when we're sleeping, you're up. You see? So, you know, it's hard work, it's commitment, you see? And that's what it comes down to.
But I mean, the thing is, you know, it's good that we talk, and I think it's fantastic that we talk. And we need more forums like this,
yeah,
where we have an opportunity to talk, but to, you know, not rhetoric, but dialogue, you know, where we have an opportunity to share ideas, learn new things, not sort of approach it from a sort of a macho, I know everything sort of perspective, but come with a sense of humility. You know, like everyone has, you know, the each one teach one sort of methodology where, you know, we've all got something to share, we all have something to learn, and it's an opportunity for us to actually acquire knowledge and disseminate knowledge to build each other up and to ultimately to build a community up.
You see, the key thing we said there, right, is for us to come together, forget that ego one side, come together to learn and express and share ideas. I
mean, I was in the shop just over there selling books, and a couple of brothers in there were talking, and some of the stuff they were saying, I hadn't heard it before. And I said, well, that's fascinating, you know, and to me, it's a shame that, you know, there's only 24 hours in a day, and, you know, as a person, you know, you got competing things to do with your time, you know, time constraints. Yeah. So you literally can't spend your whole day just reading, or you can't spend your whole day just engaged in conversation with people, which is a shame, because, you know, the more you learn, the more you still need to learn, the more of a risk to learn. You know, there's no shortage of knowledge, no lack of knowledge.
Well, you see, the key thing to me is about listening and understand where people are coming from, because that can form your ideas and have an idea where people are coming from. And yeah, just being involved, what I'm doing now, and obviously being involved in the barbershops and that stuff there, you learn a lot by listening to other people, and you have an idea where people come from and form some ideas how to move forward.
Well, you know, there's a German, I shouldn't quote him because people say, well, his brother's being Eurocentric, but you know, you got your Hegel sort of, he has a dialectic which says, you know, you have your thesis, your antithesis and your synthesis. So one person puts one idea, another person puts another idea, and then, you know, you come with a synthesis, which is either a combination of the two or some new thinking that is related to the two. But the whole thing is, it's about, sort of, to me, it's a sort of a dialectic. So here, you know, we are having a conversation, you're saying something, I'm saying another thing, and I'm thinking, well, that's interesting, I didn't know that before, or well, I don't know about that. But at the same point, it's making me think.
It's
making
see
me think.
Yeah.
So, and I think the whole thing you say about humility, and, you know, putting your ego to one side, I think it's important.
It's very important.
It's very important because, you know, sometimes, you know, those with a little knowledge can be puffed up with pride. You know, so you read a couple of books and you think you know it all, and you say, well, you know, that man there has nothing to teach me. That brother might come and speak with a certain accent, you think, well, you know, come on, what's he got to teach me? You know, here I am, got my university qualifications, I'm well read, this and that. That's just foolishness. You'd be surprised what people can tell you. And one of the wisest people I know is my mom. Is my mom. You know, my mom never went to university. She left school at, I can't remember how old she, you know, Jamaican woman, you know. When it was crop time, you didn't go to school. As simple as that. But, you know, in terms of wisdom, you know, if I'm looking for some guidance, I go to her. She will say some stuff now that is still heavy and deep. And I think to myself, well, why did this woman know this? Now, you know, that wasn't sort of head knowledge she got. I mean, she didn't get out of a book, I mean. But she has a form of wisdom, a form of understanding that is deep, man. And, you know, I would say, well, that comes from the Almighty.
The Almighty, yeah.
So that's the whole wisdom thing. That wasn't, you know, something that she got out of a book. Some of it she probably did, but you know, it wasn't any school book. But some of it is, you know, I think it was some sort of divine wisdom.
Divine wisdom.
You know. And,
But talking about books, because I know you've written 2 books, right? I wonder if you could just elaborate on the books then.
Yeah, the first book, like I said, was really kind of it's 20 years really in sort of Germany.
That's the first book there.
The first book, the abolition book, and again that was sort of.
Because that came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, 2007.
2007.
Yeah, and it was really birthed in, you know, the studies I did when I was at college.
Right.
And the fact that, you know, we were taught a particular history, and you know, I said to myself, well, hold on, there's more to this story than this. You know, I traveled, I'd been to Brazil, I'd been to America, obviously my parents were Jamaican, I'd been to Cuba, and you know, you got those places.
You been to Haiti?
And well, just briefly,
Okay.
just briefly. I've more been to the Dominican Republic. I should have spent more time in Haiti.
But enough Jamaicans passed through Haiti, innit?
Well, sadly, well, you see, again, you see, and I don't want to digress here.
Right.
But you know, you look at Jamaica, and you look at how Jamaica is more or less equidistant between Haiti and Cuba.
Okay.
Now, you know, I've got family in Cuba. You know, my mum would tell me about her grandfather and how he went to Cuba to cut cane. We call it the zafra. That's what they call it there. That's a sugar harvest, the zafra. And you know, Cuba's full of people with, you know, Jamaican people with Spanish first names, Arturo, you know, Hector, but the surname is like Ferguson, you know, Jameson, you know, McTaggart, you know, these kind of Jamaican English names. But you know, it's interesting that, you know, both, you know, Haiti and Cuba are equidistant, but you know, they automatically relate to Cuba as opposed to Haiti. And that's because of the history of Haiti and the fact that, you know, obviously we know about Toussaint, and we know about, you know, how they fought against the French imperialists, and obviously the Spanish and ultimately the British as well, to fight for their freedom. And as a result, you know, they were ostracized. We know that they were ostracized. You know,
right,
France and America and Britain, you know, they came together and they said, you know, we can't have this country, you know, putting white supremacy to shame. You know, questioning white hegemony, you know, white power, you know, European power. And they felt that, you know, these Africans would set an example to the Africans in Jamaica and in Cuba and elsewhere. So what they did was they totally isolated Haiti, totally isolated it to such an extent that, you know, even now, you know, people from the English-speaking Caribbean, even from the Spanish-speaking Caribbean, don't relate to Haiti. They don't relate to Haiti. You know, you I don't know how many Jamaicans I know who have said, oh, well, I've actually been to Haiti. They don't. If anything, some of the Jamaicans I know look down on Haiti. You know, they feel.
Well, why is that? Because of the history.
Because of their history. Because of their history.
No, talk about them voodoo and
all that
them,
foolishness. All that the voodoo and, you know. So you had a situation. Must have been about a decade ago where you know, the Haitian boat people ended up in eastern Jamaica, places like Portland. And you know, they sort of, I think they were heading for America, but you know, I don't say they misread their map, but I think the currents actually took them to Jamaica. Now the interesting thing was the Jamaicans felt great because they were saying to themselves, boy, things must be tough in Haiti for them to actually leave Haiti and come to Jamaica. And most Jamaicans, as I would say, if we're going to leave, we're going to America.
So if anything, a lot of Haitians leave Haiti and go to Jamaica than
well,
Jamaica.
No. Yes, exactly.
Yes, I'm trying to say. Because
I mean,
well, I said earlier on that some Jamaicans will leave Jamaica and go to Haiti.
Well, in truth, some do, but most don't.
Most don't, because the conditions, what's happening in Haiti.
Well, no, I think the conditions are, and it's just, they've been inculcated, they've been brainwashed into thinking that there is nothing in Haiti. And the thing is, I've got Haitian friends, and, you know, ever since